So this is lesson 4 for ESP32 as I'm doing the learning curve. What it's going to have is the push buttons and passive piezo. And I'll get into all that in a few moments. But here's the end result. You push this one. If you push that one, and I'm just going to go over the wiring real quick and then go to the code. So here's the passive piezo. You've got the one side going to ground. The positive side is going to this, which is going over to GPIO 18. And then GPIO 19 is coming over to this push button. And the other side of the push button is going to the ground. And I've got another ground over here. And then the second button, the blue one, is going, from GPIO 21 over to the switch. So in the lessons that they have with the kit, they basically were doing this, but turning an LED on and off. So I figured I'd just combine it, remove the LED, and put in the music portion. So that's how it works. And now I'll show you what I did for the coding. So here's a quick reminder where to find some information. They actually have a wiki page showing their kits, and they have the INO code there where you can just directly download it and not be involved with any zip files. So yeah, need that one if you want to go along with the code. The next one is Arduino docs. You need to look at that one. I'm not going to put down the address there. Just Google it and you'll go there. There's way too many characters in that address. Then for lessons, I have lesson 2, which has a few points on loading stuff, and the INO, and then lesson 3 actually goes through a longer version of how to load stuff, especially when you've already got a project in there. And that's pretty complete. And now, a 25-second diversion, then I'll get to the code. So, after looking at some northern lights, it's time to look at some code. I'm using Notepad. Notepad has a little bit of an issue that you need to know about so that you don't make the mistake. Okay, I've got this one open. I got this INO open. These are the two that came with from that wiki web page. But I'm going to combine these into one. Now, I've already done it, but I'm going to open the file because you need to know how not to do it. So open. Okay, there's that there. I'm going YouTube, lesson 4. Okay, but there's nothing there. Oh, it's looking for a text file. All files. There we go. So the one that I created is this one. And open. Now, if I was to just go and click up here and say save, it's actually going to put it as a text file because that's what Notebook or Notepad does. So you have to save as, come down to here, switch that to all files, and then it will save it as an INO. Otherwise, the Arduino IDE will not see it. So let's cancel that. So I use this as the base. Then I just added this code on top of it. And since I'm not using the LED on it, pin 18, because I need pin 18 for the sound, I essentially just took this, added it on here, equals this. Whenever digital right here, I took this part in here and stuck it in there. And for the other pin going to low, I put this in here, but reverse the order that I was looking at the array. So let's go over some of the code here. Whatever directory you put your INO in, you need to stick this pitches period H in, because the IDE is going to look for it in the same directory as the INO. Now, let's go through it line by line, or the important ones. Int, melody, and bracket. Well, that's an array. Now, this is C++, and in C++, you start at 0, not 1. So this note underscore C5 is actually array value 0. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 8 items in the array, but it's from 0 to 7. Then we have int duration, 500 milliseconds. So it's going to play the note for 500 milliseconds. Here's the push button part over here, minus the LED. So the left pin, or left button is A, the right one is B. And the left one was going to GPIO 19, and the right to GPIO 21. So, and when you took a look at that wiring I did, when you push the button, you're actually pulling this down to ground, or 0 volts. So, pin mode. Button A, input pull-up. This is important because essentially the pin is sitting open, it's not grounded, and it's not going to 3.3 volts. That's not a desired state with a lot of input pins. So you could add a resistor, say a 20K, between pin 19 at the switch over to 3.3 volts. But they built that 20 ohm or 20K resistor, I think it's 20K, right into the chip. So when you do it this way, you don't need to put the external pull-up resistor. Very handy. So we get to the loop. This loop is going from this point down to this point, and it'll just keep going around and around because we have no way set of exiting the loop. So here's the first loop within the loop. If digital read pin A goes low, meaning you push the button, then it executes this. If you didn't do that, it just comes down here and it checks the pin B or button B. If you push it, then it executes that, comes out of here, and then goes back up here and then continues around and around and around. So what's the code inside here? For int this note equals 0, so the very first one in the array. This note is less than 8, so 0 is less than 8 last time I checked. And then you increment it. That's what the plus plus says. Now look in here, tone. You can take a look in the docs for what the tone is, but the first one is the pin 18. Melody. This is a frequency here. That's the whole thing of this pitch file, is it's got a separate frequency for each of these values. So this has got one frequency in it, and you're telling it how long to play it. Then they've got a delay. You could have heard that where it's one tone, delay, another tone, delay. That's what they've done there. Then it loops back up here. At this point, it's now 1. 1's less than 8, blah, 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 around and around. Eventually it hits 7, 7 less than 8, fine. And then it gets incremented, and then next time when 8, well, as soon as it's 8, this statement's no longer true. And it cuts out of it and jumps down to here. And then same for this one. If the button's pushed, well, in this case, since I was playing it backwards, it starts at number 7, which is this point here. And is it greater than or equal to 0? Yes. This note, minus minus, decrease the value. And it goes around and around. Eventually, it's going to be, this note is 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 0. Fine. Gets executed. And then when it becomes minus 1, this becomes false. And as soon as that becomes false, it kicks out and then goes out to the main loop. So if you don't push the button, nothing happens. It just keeps looping around and around. But that's it in a nutshell. So it's a kind of a cute way that you could actually build up several buttons, build up a much larger sequence of notes, and make your own little thing to play whatever little song you want, or melody. So that's it for the code. Okay, I've just done a quick change to do 15 notes. And this is what it sounds like. And that's the old version there. So for the one this one, I changed the delay to 200 milliseconds, so it actually plays a lot smoother. It actually sounds pretty good. So obviously you can make that as long as you want, or even put a function in there to change the frequency in here by just entering in numbers. So play with it and see what happens. Have a good one.